Today we're talking about Disney World Gators, Zoe Saldana, dog eating, stabbing, Trump assassinations, and
Throwing the name of the show.
I was gonna say. Disney World Gators, Zoe Saldana, dog eating contest, stabbing crazy women, Trump assassinations, and more on today's Headlines with Headliners. Headlines with Headliners today, Thursday, June 23rd, 2016. Sitting here with two incredible co-hosts.
You know the music is actually kind of the best part of the show right there. I don't know why. I don't even like this song, but
Just
it
let it
goes
go then.
so hard right now. Yeah, I feel like, you know what I feel like doing right now?
Doing what?
Punching Rihanna right in the forehead. Right in the
Wait
like,
a minute.
Oh, yeah, Chris Brown. We got a little party lights going. I feel like pop locking. I'm about to have a seizure.
Twerk. Anytime I can twerk, I'm down for it.
That's right. I'm sitting here with the beautiful Kanisha Bush. You may know her from Sirius XM and Stand Up and Deliver.
Yeah.
And the hilarious Teron Von Gossry.
I feel like I should have an ad-lib as well. Like you had, yeah, I feel it's like, yes. I don't have, I need one.
We'll give you one.
Yeah,
Yes, we
need
will.
You get to say boom.
No. See, that's why I shouldn't have asked. That was my fault.
He said I'm too Persian to say boom.
I'm just not. Boom is gonna get me.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's not the way to go. My
I
name's
say boom.
Tehran, my dude.
I say boom all the time.
Never saying boom.
How about kapow?
Like, I'm be
How
Sonic.
about tick tick?
I won't even say Sonic Boom. I'll be like Sonic.
Iger. You can do that one.
Okay.
Well, I'm Nate Jackson from MTV's Wild 'N Out Season 8. Make sure you tune in on August 4th. That's when the show will air. And we are going to jump into it. This is Headlines with Headliners. Story number one, right out the gate.
Oh my God. That gate was that a pun? Was the pun intended?
Yep.
Right out the gate.
Right out the gate without the sign on it. We're talking about Disney World's Gator attack.
Here we go again.
They ate the gator ate that little white baby, man, and the country went crazy. The country went bananas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the throwback to the gorilla, because when the gorilla mom was going through it, I don't feel like the country was on her side. But when Gator Dad wrestled the gator, which we've spoken
Yes.
in our private time about. The country
dad
was on
wrestled the
side.
gator?
The dad wrestled
he
the
tried
gator.
to wrestle the gator, but there's a lot more to it. If you haven't been on this planet for the last week, then let me just update you. So Disney World, Florida, little white baby, right, walking along the beach, then gets in the water, just wades just a little. Parents close. Gator comes out of nowhere. I don't want to laugh. It's so sad, but it's like if you don't laugh,
definitely sad.
If you don't laugh at tragedy, you know, if you can't make comedy out of tragedy, then we wouldn't have a show.
Well, let's make some comedy out of it. 'Cause
well,
right
first
now,
of all-
the story that happened is not funny. It will be in a moment, though.
This is what I have to say, though. The signs clearly said no swimming. So for
No
everybody to
swimming,
feel
keep out, stay
all
away.
these things, and somebody goes, well, it didn't say there was gators in there. It doesn't matter. It says don't go swimming in there. You know what I'm saying?
You're in Florida.
Where there's always gators.
It's the state university's mascot.
Don't they have TV shows about this on
Yes.
like Animal Channel about like all the little swamp boats and
Yeah.
swamp people and
Literally, swamp people.
And then they're
And a
interviewing.
gator.
They're interviewing all the wildlife people, and the wildlife people are like getting frustrated because people are like, "Well, we just don't understand why they did this." And he's like, "Well, they're alligators." And they're like, "But why would they just take the baby?" Well, you know, they're gators.
they're alligators.
It's mating season. Like they're trying to give excuses for the gators, but they're alligators. What do you expect?
A gator gonna do what a gator gonna do. Here's the thing. The story itself isn't very funny, but I do know some parents that know that they have some bad kids, and they done. But they're way past the term that they can get that handled
Can we-
medically, and they're gonna be buying tickets to Disney World for the wrong
Can
reasons.
we address that right there? Can we address that? That's funny. Can we address the concept of the bad kid now? This is what I was meaning. This is what I meant when I was speaking about the difference between the way they handle Gorilla Mom and they're handling Gator parents. I remember Gorilla Mom's kid looking just like the devil in the
Oh,
pictures that
man.
they posted.
He
That was the
definitely
devil
looked like a little
kid.
baby kid.
Yes.
Exactly. And then the picture of the sweet, innocent child who was just devoured by this gator.
Yes.
which they found the body intact days later. Well, it was just such an interesting dichotomy of how this picture played out. And when I say that, I mean, if we can even show the image of the park first. If we can show the image of the park right now, that'd be nice, because I want you to see the beach. And now if you see that baby's face, that little kid's face, the cutest little baby on the planet. And now they've put up signs. These are signs that are after the
Now
facts.
they're going.
They added it now.
Yeah, I just want to point, because I don't want people to see, like, look at that sign and think, wow, that sign was up and they still let this kid go. No, that sign wasn't up. It's a little more specific. But the way they show this baby is very different than the way they showed Gorilla Mom's baby, who was just a bad kid. This is the sweetest kid. Dad did try to wrestle the gator, got messed up. Gator won. Okay.
Yeah, it's easier to fight a gator than a gorilla, though. Unless, it's like, I'm not jumping in
The gator
either way.
whooped the dad?
Yes.
Gator whooped the dad.
I feel like I could whoop a gator. He must have not been watching no TV.
You feel like you could whoop a gator?
Yeah, all you got to do is close their mouth.
I was going to say, you can get on the back of them and just hold
See,
them.
people say this stuff, and I've seen how people act around cockroaches. That's not true. That's just not
First
true.
of all, I haven't been around no bunch of cockroaches. I just want to put that out there. Ants, maybe, but cockroaches is a
Hell no.
stretch. Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, like, I know kids because I used to be a teacher. He's bad. This is the only time they got him to smile. It's like Christmas. He's in his Christmas sweater, and they're getting him to smile. But he's about to go get into some stuff. Look, I don't trust pictures like
He looks
that.
like this little kid. When I was a little kid, one of my little buddies that we used to get into trouble with all the time, his name was Colin. And he looks like Colin in the face.
Okay.
And every Colin I've met since that Colin has been bad behaved.
We're not going to blame the child for what happened and transpired that day. We're
Why
not going to
not?
blame the child because, first of all, the child was 2.
How
so
do
we're
you
gonna
know
blame
that the gator parents didn't instruct him to stay away from the water and he went in there anyway? What's the difference between Gorilla Mom saying you're not going in that cage and the baby going anyway and him? You think he listens better because the sounds go through
I don't
white
think
ears?
that he listens better at all. In fact, I'm saying that I'm actually going to agree and say maybe he was a bad child. What I'm saying is we're not going to blame the behavior pattern of the child for the action of Trump, especially when the parent is present. The parent is present. The parent is supposed to control the child. You want to know how I know? Because I was controlled as a child. Like, I used to get hit because other kids were bad at the supermarket. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Like,
You ever
no,
been
you
knocked
better
out?
not even
You
think
ever been
about
knocked clean out?
I got a white mom. I was never controlled, but I ain't bit by no gator.
Knocked clean, knocked
But they do
clean
not
out?
watch their
Yeah.
kids.
No.
Clean out. You were standing there awake and then you run away.
My mom wasn't Floyd Mayweather, my dude.
Right.
No, I wasn't knocked clean out, but I was disciplined. I was disciplined with love, even though I didn't understand it at the time. But you know how I understand it now? Because I was never eaten by a gator.
Well, one of the lifeguards said, because they kept trying to say he was only 2 or 3 feet out, but in 2 of the stories I said the lifeguard was like, no, he was a lot further out than he should have been.
There you
so, and that's what one of the lifeguards had reported.
And there we go.
But and one of the news people was just kind of suspicious because he wasn't eaten. They found him just drowned. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Right.
So they were just kind of saying, I don't. That maybe they pushed him out there.
No.
I was like, that's
I don't
the
wanna
craziest
take
thing
that.
I
That's
ever
what the
heard.
news person said?
That's the one, and everybody in the newsroom just kind of looked at him like,
But
that's
you
ridiculous.
said something earlier. You were saying that now the news is just full of opinions. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
to let you know, this is what we do. We give opinions.
Right.
But we're saying we're
Yes.
not reporting the news. We're
Right.
commenting
You don't have to
on
hold
the
me
news.
accountable
Exactly.
for pure facts. Some of this is going to be
All of it.
fluffy.
Yeah, it is going to be fluffy. But,
You said something before we went on about they asked a different parent about it.
oh yeah, because one of the they had asked another parent about it, and they were just saying, well, me and my daughter, we went on the boat thing that they have, and they were like, throw your bread over to the gator. He was like, so my daughter Ray Ray threw the bread over to the gator, and I'm just sitting there like, so really, his daughter is named Ray Ray.
The black reporter?
The black reporter's daughter's name is
That's-
Ray Ray. All of a sudden,
You know what? It's time. Black people, listen. You got your nickname for your baby at the house.
but
When you're on national television, use the full name. You didn't name your baby Ray Ray, Kiki, Coco.
You
Mika,
say that, but you know
Tom
what? I
Tom.
disagree with that as well. Because when white people name their kids Richard and call them Dick, they say it with pride. Like, that's my dick.
I say that with
love
pride,
my
too.
Dick. You know, they say it with pride. So I actually disagree with that. Like, there's no reason why Ray Ray isn't as a respectable nickname
Because-
as Dick or Mikey or Joey
not.
or Tommy.
Those. That's what I'm saying. Mikey, Joey, Tommy. Those
are still real names.
They're singular names.
Yes.
Black people double up.
Ray
Mike,
Ray.
Mike, Bobo, Tim,
Oh, so if
Tom,
it was
James,
JoJo?
James.
JoJo?
Yeah, her
What
name
about
was
JoJo?
probably
Ronisha.
Rayjana. He could have just been like, my daughter Rayjana threw the bread. No, she got to be Ray Ray on national television.
Yeah, that was awful.
Oh
We
my
got to
God.
stop doing that. Whole name your children on national
Yes.
television.
One thing I have to say though, you know they killed like 5 alligators on
They
top
killed
of that.
5.
And they were like, "Oh, do you think you got the killer gator?" And I'm just like, all these gators at any time are killers, but
They
they're
finally
just-
found the one.
Yes.
They finally found the one they said. And where were these wildlife protection protesters when they were killing gators?
Yeah.
Where were they?
First of all, if I was an alligator, I'd feel discriminated against. I'd be like, hold up, I'm not out here killing white babies. Why I got to be persecuted?
Yes.
This is disrespectful.
This is racial
Gator lives
profiling.
matter.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Don't do
No,
that.
not at all.
All right, fine.
I just want to know what they're gonna do with the extra gator skin. Like, can I get
First
a
of
purse?
all, can I get some
shoes?
kicks?
No, I'm not a fan of animal-made products. So.
Well, I mean, they're gone now, so it's
You're
like,
not?
I don't want them to go to waste.
not.
But you got all that cotton on,
No.
and the animal picked that.
And if you ask me, I feel like as a black person, I should get a discount on cotton forever. I think that should be a form of reparation. Like when you go to the store and you're buying a cotton T-shirt, they should be like, sir, Jamal, is that your daughter Ray Ray? You guys get 60% off. Like I feel like that
know
should
what?
be
I
the way.
agree
You
to
should
go.
only have to pay for the ink on the cotton and the tags,
so
because those
real.
are vinyl, Velcro, and polyester.
You think I'm kidding?
All right, so we're going to move on to the next story. Story number 2, I don't know if you guys have seen this, if you're up on it, but Zoe Saldana has been casted as Nina Simone. The movie is coming out. The trailer has been released.
True.
And the issue that people are taking up with it is that she has a lot of makeup on her face.
Call
to
it
make
what
her,
it is, blackface. They have blackfaced her.
Well, they want the actor to look like who she's portraying, and Nina Simone is much darker skinned than
And a
Zoe.
prosthetic nose. Don't forget the prosthetic nose.
please don't.
So what they did is they made her darker, added a fake nose,
Yes.
and said, "Be Nina."
But she looked terrible. She remember the episode of Martin when he got beat up when he was in who was he fighting on that episode?
There's
and
a
then he had the
picture
face. That's no. That's not what she
Nina
looks like in
Simone
the
on
movie.
the left, Zoe Saldana on the right, and what we don't have is a picture of Zoe as Nina.
Yeah, I felt that was actually a little too racist to portray in the pictures. I do feel that Zoe Saldana is an amazing actress. I don't want to at all discriminate against her getting the role. However, the fact that Hollywood did what you say called put blackface on a prosthetic nose, but you know what? That's not unheard of. What are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do?
They're supposed to hire an actor like Viola Davis or somebody who resembled her. And I say
Viola Davis is 57 years older.
Okay, even
than Nina
what about
Simone
Crazy
at
Eyes from Orange Is the New Black? She would have been perfect
Here's
for
the
that
thing,
role.
though.
But this is what I have to say. Who Nina Simone was for her to say, "Oh, this story was so important." For her to be an activist against stuff like this, for her to always be discriminated against by the way she looked, and then you flip and give somebody that looks like this her role, I think is absolutely ridiculous.
Now, from what I understand, she did not want this movie to come out, and it got greenlit. And this movie was made years ago, and at the time, Crazy Eyes and Viola Davis were not as relevant as Zoe, who was coming off of like 7 pounds, and other movies where she was
2 years
on.
ago, and that's actually a good point that people don't put movies into perspective. Like at the time, and the script kept getting kicked around Hollywood, so people were passing on the script. And Zoe Saldana, in a statement she released, even says, "Hey, what I did was I saw that the script kept getting get discriminated against and passed around, and I said, finally, I will pick it up so that the story can be told because people don't know who Nina Simone is and they need to know."
Okay, so then when you could have picked it up, you could have found somebody that resembled her and something that she would have been happy with, because her entire family, when a family is against a biopic pick on who a person is, I don't feel like it should
That's
go any
not
further.
true, because the TLC movie, they were against that, and I love that. The
me tell you
TLC
something.
movie is like that.
This
It
movie-
is like that.
This movie is casted by the same casting director that casted the Aaliyah movie.
Come on now.
The one where R. Kelly was
Now,
Asian.
I also listen.
R. Kelly was Asian.
Yes, he was.
Okay, but
He
we
was like,
still.
my rhyme's telling me roll.
Okay, all right.
If we're gonna be racist to
Yes.
the little gator baby, we
Yes.
gotta keep it consistent. Everybody's gonna get some. Today, for me, I'm gonna keep it
I
easy
mean,
kill.
when it comes to Zoe Saldana, though, can we agree one thing? Can we agree she's a fantastic
Yes.
actress?
Oh, I love her.
Okay.
That's why I'm so
Had they
upset.
not added color and a prosthetic nose, would you be okay with it?
Absolutely.
Because you think
I
Malcolm
watched Will
X
Smith
looked like
portray-
Denzel Washington?
And I
Like, in life?
watched Will Smith portray an African brain doctor in Concussion.
And Concussion.
But this is the thing. Because she was ridiculed by the way that she looked, I feel like she should be accurately portrayed. That's my thing. They gave her such a hard time for being dark skinned and for having those. I feel
But
like
you
the
need
least
a
you can
star
do.
power. You need star. That when they make movies, they make them to make money. If your movie doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. And so they need a star, a viable star. And even Viola Davis doesn't carry movies. Crazy Eyes doesn't carry movies.
Well, there's a lot of
Zoe Saldana
Broadway
does.
people that do as well.
They don't carry movies. They don't carry
But carrying movies and being disgraceful to somebody's legacy, what they believed in and who they were, I think.
They did truly have an opportunity to just open it up and cast whoever looked the most like her. Like the upcoming Tupac film or the NWA film.
I was gonna say,
we need
NWA,
somebody
all
who
these
looks
people,
exactly
yeah,
like
true.
you. I know 38 black women that look just like
Yes.
that. They're all Zetas.
True.
But they all look exactly like Nina Simone.
And I'll tell you, when it comes to NWA and Tupac, those stories are so big and had so much interest, it didn't matter. But when it comes to Nina Simone, name one Nina Simone song. Nate Jackson, go.
The Blackbird.
Okay, damn, that got me. But listen.
I was about to say, I'm ready too, Mississippi Jam. Hold on.
Boom.
Yeah, and that was for the death of Medgar Evers and the 4 girls that were in the bombing. She's an activist. She loved being black, and I just don't like what they
And Zoe
did.
Saldana said something. She says, "Am I black? You can't teach
Yes.
me how to be black. My black could be different than your
Yes.
black, but it's still black."
And I understand it because I get mad when people tell me I'm not black. I be ready to fight. So I
you're
understand
kinda
that.
not black. You're
But you will
beige.
kind of get slapped.
You're
So-
black if you say, I be ready to fight. And the
you
two
are
in
what
that
your
is
father
actually a
is.
numeric 2. I be ready to fight. If you talk like you text, you're black.
That's racist, guys. That's racist.
I just told you, I'm going to keep all of it
I don't
racism.
think Bryant Gumbel texts that way.
I bet he
don't know what he
does.
did.
I bet he does. He's like, America, good evening. And then he texts his girl like, where you at, ho?
That does
You don't know
happen.
what he's texting.
It's like, BG on his
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
BG on his way. No, come on, guys. Like, when it comes to this movie, can we just agree to at least give the movie a chance
No.
before we?
I can't support that.
I'm for
sorry.
sure watching it on my Fire Stick.
So you're stealing the movie.
Zoe didn't even want it to come out.
Yo. I'm sure she wants that paycheck. All right.
Now, we're going to go on to story number 3. The Marines have let women into combat posts, but the physical standards that they have are weeding most of the women out.
As they should.
As they should.
As they should. I'm a strong believer in gender roles. I don't feel like women should be trying to do everything that men do. 86% of the women fail this test, where men is at 3%. I just feel like if I'm a man and I'm in the middle of combat, men are naturally to protect women anyway. So say something happens to her, I feel like they'll be so focused to make sure that she's okay. That's just me. The Marines, it's not like they are the top of the top. They have the hardest missions. Everything they do is dangerous. I don't feel like women should be on the front lines. You need to go in there and be making snacks so when they get back, they got something to eat. That's just
I can't be on board with them making
She
snacks.
said you need to be making snacks.
I can't be on
care
board with
packages,
them making
okay?
snacks.
Just in the trenches with fruit snacks and turkey sandwiches.
Yeah, go be the nurse, be at the nurse station, do all that. And I know women, G.I. Jane, and all, man, you don't have to do all that. It's doing too much.
I think in the heat of battle, the gender of who's next to you does not matter. Are you shooting? Are you getting shot? Bullets don't have a gender.
They don't.
Nobody's ever been shot and the bullet was like, you never clean the dishes, you never. No, bullets just hit you. You don't know who it came from.
Yeah, but if me and you were in the trenches, as all 3 of us were in here, you'd be more concerned about me than you would him. And that's just
No, I'm
naturally.
going to be more concerned about me.
No.
The most concerned
No.
about
Than
yourself.
both of
No.
y'all.
Hold on. You know what? I can understand and I respect what you're saying. I don't agree fully, and I'll tell you why I don't agree fully is because of the concept of gender equality, okay? And when I say the concept of gender equality, I mean the one that's been presented so far, which is that men and women are exactly equal. Now, where I do agree is that I feel like you can be equal but have different roles.
Yes.
And I'll say this, because if a fireman's coming to save me and you're a female fireman that can't carry me and you just dragging me and my head's hitting all down on the stairs going down, I'm gonna want there to be a fitness test at that point. Like,
Well, that's why 86% aren't, because the physical requirements of these tests, you got to go over the shoulder and they got to carry you out. I want to see the 3 women that made it. That's what I want to see.
no, you don't want to see.
I do. Hi, I'm Sandra Jenkins from Compton. That's what I want to see.
You're so goofy. And the big thing is they're like, we're not going to lower, because some people want the test to be lowered. Like, okay, well, this is the women's test. It's like, no, if you want to be a man, then you need to go ahead and take the man test. If you want to do manly things, then you need to go ahead and have this. You want to be so equal, now be equal.
I feel like women would do better in certain positions than men. Like a sniper, Oh, a woman would be a great
Yes.
sniper.
Actually, you know what's funny
a
about
woman
that?
can see if somebody's
One of the
edges
tests-
are real
Yes.
from across an auditorium.
Yes.
One of the tests is actually that the hand-eye coordination of men is higher than that of women, and that they have a hard time with that. So that's actually
Maybe, but it could just be like pound per square inch on a jab.
Oh, that's how it is.
Things that require finesse and fine tuning.
That's what I mean. Just like sniping.
We're good for infiltrating. Like, let's go hook up with the other soldiers and show you where the camp is at. Like, that's the shit I want to be a part of.
No, you're not sleeping with ISIS, okay? No, you're
We're like,
not.
what's
Listen.
going on up over here? Y'all
Listen,
shooting?
you guys need to go in the back right now because we in this hole twerking and they are all into our
Okay.
booty meat. Go get the intel.
I'm way too educated
is
to
too
continue
much.
with this conversation. Like, this is just not even. What's going on is that what's going to happen if there's a draft, and if Trump becomes president, there will be a draft.
Yes.
And if there's a draft, do you think that women should be drafted equally to men?
No.
That's nice to say when you're a woman. What happened to gender equality then? How come women love gender equality?
didn't say
until-
yes.
I was
I'm
about
not
to
saying
say,
you. I'm saying
She
women.
says no.
Yeah, women. I'm not saying.
I have the same argument you have. I have the same. We want to be so
Tell them
equal.
about football in high school.
First of all,
Yes.
so this is like I hate women trying to do men things. In my high school, these two girls joined the football team. I went to the game just to boo them because it got on my nerves. And then
You
they're-
booed the girls?
Yes,
You were
I
like,
did.
boo.
Get off the
What
field.
did they play? What
get off
position?
get off the field. Receiver, which receiver usually is a thinner, faster person. But their cousins would
I live in
threaten
West Hollywood,
people.
so receiver means something totally different.
And bust it open. So
Why?
the
Boom.
cousins, because they were all Samoan too, would threaten the other team before. Like if anybody hits them, then after the game, we're fighting. Like even in practice. So it was just like, if they want to be on the team, then they got to take these hits. And all the boys in the school were like, we can't even hit them in practice because the cousins are going to beat everybody up.
I'm gonna be honest. There was a girl in my high school or middle school named Misty, and
She's
played
a stripper now.
potentially.
Her stripper
Yes.
name is Stacy. What I need to understand.
Anyway, we used to tackle her and
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
We would tackle her. The whole thing would be like, man, give Misty the ball, the whole defense. Because when you tackle her, her boobs would be all over the place. And she
Okay.
knew it. She knew it.
Okay.
She'd be right back the next day.
Yes.
Misty didn't miss a day of football.
Okay.
My thing is that we're not gonna, don't give us special treatment. We want to do what you want to do, then give us
Now,
the same thing as everybody else.
My actual opinion on this is that genders don't apply to war. If they can meet the physical requirements of the test, if they want to, that they should be able to.
But they have
I'm not
to
in the
meet
business
that
of
requirement.
meet the requirement and want to. Drafting, I don't know if that is a you want to situation. That's a you all are going no matter what you say. So if they want to, they meet the requirements, and this is what they want, then I'm okay with saying yes to that.
And I respect them because we have a friend, Hazana, and every time they were getting ready to send her overseas, she got pregnant. So that's why she never went. They were like, oh, you're going? Okay, I'm getting
Let me
pregnant.
tell you something. They must have
So-
tried to send her overseas a lot.
Yes, they did.
Susanna has 7 kids.
But
7 children.
every time they tried to deploy her, she got pregnant so that she didn't have to go. You know what I'm saying? But I respect anybody. I can't fight for the country. I don't even want to jump
How
in
did
when
you
my cousins are fighting.
feel
so.
about affirmative action when it came and applied to schools and?
I 100% support affirmative action.
Okay, so the concept of affirmative action was I'm going to take a African American or Latino student over a Caucasian or white student because even though their grades are a little lower, just to match this requirement and fill a quota. Isn't that what the Marines is now just effectively being asked to do?
No,
No,
you're missing the
no.
key point of affirmative action. And that's because of the built-in advantage that the races that were being taken over us for so long. This is to give us equal playing field.
Well,
I don't-
women, we've been,
I
we
feel
didn't
like
have
women
everything.
have been discriminated way longer than
They
any
have.
race at any
They
point.
have,
I mean,
but
this
they-
is impression on a
They
entire
have.
world level.
They have,
Yes.
but they have to want to, and they have to meet the requirements. That's all I'm saying. For me to say yes.
They do want to. These are women who are joining the Marine. It's not like they're snatching these women up and like, you're going to join.
Now,
Jane."
this isn't funny, but for affirmative action, a lot of times the person of color is overqualified for the position
Yeah.
and does not get it because they are not of the other race. That's not that funny, but I'm pro affirmative action, and that's why. Because it's because of it's been lopsided for a very, very long time. And if you want somebody to catch up or for it to be equal playing field in the job force, then you have to provide some opportunities that wouldn't be afforded based on the temperature of the water.
And it's not life or death. If you can't handle yourself in the battlefield because you didn't meet the requirements, then we're not doing you any justice by letting you in.
But maybe it is life or death if you become a doctor and your grades weren't as high, but they passed you through because they had to fill a quota, and now you're operating on someone but don't have enough knowledge.
Right, but
or
the
right
Marines don't have a
qualifications.
quota. That's not in place.
Not yet, and that's what the argument is people are upset at the Marines, but the Marines is saying, listen, this is real stuff. Like, this isn't about man or woman. This is about life or death, and we're saying...
Can you perform these activities, and do you want to be a Marine? You are welcome to join.
Yeah.
And
That's okay with me. I'm okay with transgender, gay, bi, all of that, lesbian, everybody. If you can perform the task and you want to,
If
you can be a
RuPaul wants to
Marine.
join the Marines,
Then he can shoot. And he can pow, 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 pow. Because them bullets is going to hit targets just like any other target. We need them targets hit. If you can shoot through your eyelashes, I need it.
I mean, that's
If
how
you
it
can move
goes.
your weave out the way and shoot.
Yeah.
Toss a grenade like this, baby. I don't care how it gets there. Are we blowing up the targets that we need to blow up?
Yeah.
Moving on. Good luck with this topic. Fair warning. We're going to work this thing. Again, this is Headlines with Headliners.
Oh, my gosh.
China.
Yes.
A city in China held a dog meat eating festival despite protests against holding a dog meat eating festival.
A protest in the United States mostly. And,
Yes.
and this is Yulin, China, which gives two-ish about the United States and what's going on over here. Obviously, they have no problem sitting there just eating dogs. Doesn't help the Asian stereotypes whatsoever, by the way.
I didn't even know Chinese people ate dog. I thought it was like some Vietnamese and some Koreans. I did not know Chinese people were
Where do
even
you think
into
they got
this.
it from?
Yeah.
That's the leader. When you think Asia, you think Chinese first, and then move your way.
And it's cats too. Don't just think it's dogs and cats. And in Seattle, when I was about 13, that's when the large Chinese population started to move in to Beacon Hill, and all of the stray cats and dogs disappeared. It got so bad that they stopped letting them adopt from the pound. Like, that's
Wow.
how serious, because we don't play that in America. And I remember when I was 17 and we walked past a Chinese spot and they had a skinned dog in the window. And
Hold
of
on.
course, as kids.
Let's just make sure everyone knows we're not saying that all Chinese people
No, not
partake
at all.
in this at all.
Not at all. But there are some people doing this tradition. I mean, I can't really be a hypocrite and be upset because I eat hamburgers and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they're all. But we called the police and they got them shut down. Health department, everything came. But to see a skinned dog as a kid, you're just like, oh, I
That's a
thought it was
lie.
a joke. Like, I thought people joked when they said Chinese people ate cats and dogs. I thought
Me
it was
too.
a joke.
But here's the thing. It's not all Chinese people, and I give you that. But if they're doing contests,
They're having
there's there's got to be like one Chinese dude in every Chinese family that they know. Like,
Yes.
who made the lasagna? Uncle Charlie? No, that's hella racist. But you know what I'm saying?
But there's people there actually protesting there as well, and the government was like, "Look, we don't have nothing to do with it. We're getting
They
out
are
of it."
protesting. People are protesting.
Yeah.
Protesting in China.
Yeah.
And it comes from. I mean, cultures eat goats. Cultures
Yeah.
eat cows. I mean, different people eat different things. We just hold dogs to a higher standard, and especially white women, because white women love their dogs. Like, if I die, I want to come back reincarnate as a white woman's dog. They treat their dogs very, very well. And the stereotypes come from. Okay, so when I say a black person, what kind of dog do you think of?
A
You wanna hear
Rottweiler, a
black
pit
dogs?
bull,
Yeah, like a pit bull, Rottweiler. Say white people, what do you think of?
Corgi.
Shar-Pei.
Exactly. When I say Asian people, what
Dinner.
kind of dog? That's not, no, okay, no.
Hot dog.
No. No.
On a
What I'm
stick.
saying is, but this is not playing, and it's not,
Asian people got them dogs with the blue tongues, though.
okay.
No, for real.
They do have the blue tongue.
They do have
What
blue
dog
tongue.
is that? With
I
all
don't
the
know.
wrinkles.
I don't know.
It's hella wrinkly.
But go ahead, finish your.
No, the scrotum dog, it looked like a little scrotum
Yeah,
dog
it
with the
looked like
blue
a whole
tongue.
bunch of elbows.
All I'm saying is that when it comes to us in America always judging everyone
Yes,
else's
we do.
cultures based on our own standard, well, you know what? There's a lot of things that we do that are barbaric that people
Yes.
don't like. Whenever you are thinking you're eating the blood, the body of Christ, some people would look at that and be like, "Whoa, what are you guys doing? That is cannibalism, effectively." It just depends on the standard. But we even named ourselves the West. How is that possible? It's a globe. But we do it because we are saying we are better, this is what's right, and everything else that doesn't fall into play is always wrong.
Did you see the big celebrity video? And I'm like, they don't care nothing about these celebrities. They made this huge video over here, and I was like, they don't care about
They don't
anybody.
even know. Unless it was Jet Li, they don't know
Jackie
them.
Chan, somebody was like, nobody cares what you guys are doing. But what I thought it was funny because I don't like pets. So I'll be like, let me
Oh
get two
my.
pit bull puppies and a side of Rottweiler. Like, I would try it.
Where are you ordering this hypothetical dog meal
that-
from?
When I go to China. And so
What does it cost?
I looked it up. 2 dogs is $150 in American money. It
Would you poodle it? What websites are you on?
It's on the website, and you can either get them flame broiled, you can get them boiled, you can get them grilled.
You really were interested in eating dog.
Well,
I feel like
mean,
this is some wicked witch of the West.
Gave the Burger King recipe to the dog cooking
I don't
people.
know, because then I'm like, what goes
Flame
with
broiled?
it? Rice and dog. Like I'm trying to see the sides. Like what
Whoopers?
You can have it your way.
Not a
can.
Whopper, it's a Whooper.
kind of. Me and my best friend, yummy. Like,
Hilarious.
You would never eat dog, though.
well,
Oh, my gosh, no.
I wouldn't just be like, hey guys, what do you want, dog? But if
Right.
it came down to it, the world is shifting.
For survival, you would eat
I mean,
dog?
if
yeah.
zombie apocalypse happens, then maybe we can discuss. But as of right now, just the way we treat dogs is the way we treat
I don't
children.
like dogs, so I don't.
I mean, but
I
you
feel
don't like
like-
children.
I feel like
well, I might eat a kid too if it came down to it.
No.
My nephew ain't gonna make it.
Okay, listen. The picture is. It's one of these images you
disturbing.
can't get out your head.
It is disturbing.
And I wish I hadn't seen it. But that is all. It's just so tragic. Some people, you look at it and emotionally processing it, your body just makes you laugh. But that is a buffet of fried dogs.
It is. It is a buffet of fried dogs. And the worst part is
How did they catch that many dogs?
they
Wouldn't
grow
the
them.
third dog?
They grow
They grow the dogs. They grow it the way we grow cattle. They have dogs.
Yes.
Really?
To them, it is food. It is part of their livestock.
Okay, but
So-
is there a culture that is like best friends with a certain part of our diet?
Yeah, the cows
The
are religious.
Hindus
like,
and cows.
They don't
yeah.
eat cows at
They
all.
do not eat
no,
cows.
they worship
are-
cows.
Yeah, I thought they ate certain cows,
No.
and then the
No.
ones with the best horns.
No, they're vegetarian in most regards.
Yes.
So, I mean, realistically
So
speaking,
McDonald's, they're just like, this is crazy.
McDonald's actually exists in India.
The Golden Arches is
Soil
just
The
bird.
like,
only place that I ate when
terror.
I went to India was at the McDonald's. It's the only McDonald's fries were the only thing I felt were safe enough
Do
to
they
eat.
still sell beef there?
They do. They have beef, but I mean, it's not. They have it at specific places, and they
You know-
always have a non-beef option.
I was gonna say McDonald's don't even really be having real beef anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, we probably have all had some form of dog meat not knowing. You don't know what's in your food.
Well, not dogs, but if you do eat beef, and
had rat,
you've had
had-
rat. They say the average, if you eat beef consistently, the average person eats 2 to 3 rats a year because they fall into the grinder. So, I mean, I'd rather eat a dog than a rat.
I'd rather not eat a rat.
Just in general, just stay away.
In general. Keep all your little Templeton dinners. I am cool.
But you had a gator on a stick. You
And
eat
it
alligator.
was
See,
delicious.
Gator was good. See,
Oh, yes,
I'm
it's
just
good.
not. I'm not exotic when it comes to eating. I'd never eat a dog.
I didn't expect
I'd
you to.
never eat a child.
I was at a fair.
Sure.
And it was like gator on a stick. And
in Florida. Please tell me it was
No, they
Florida.
haven't
No, I
Seattle
was
at
in-
the festival.
Yeah, I was in
Oh.
the Taste of Tacoma. But I'm a fan of meats that taste like chicken.
I'm sure the
Even
dogs
the
taste like
fish
chicken.
that I eat, I'm like, how close is it to chicken?
Well,
How close?
it really just comes down to the fact
But
that
how close is it to chicken?
I'll just go taste the dog and let you guys know.
It really comes down to the fact that we like chicken as a culture. And I mean, and I don't say black culture, I mean a culture in the United States.
Yeah.
We like chicken. Americans like chicken. I don't want, everyone tries to make chicken sound like a black thing. It is not. Chicken is delicious.
Mexicans love
All right, so just to wrap that topic up before we move on to the next one, just quickly, are you okay with the dog eating?
I'm not okay
meat?
with it, but I also feel like if plants screamed, people would not be like, why are you a vegan? Like, plants just don't scream, but they feel pain. Like, it's just because you feel the pain, you empathize, and you are
So now my carrot's got an
anthropomorphizing
issue.
dogs. You are anthropomorphizing dogs that they are human. I don't think that it's good. It's not good for me, but I don't like the value of judging other cultures based on our values.
Kanisha, what do you think?
Well, he wants me to starve. I can't have no plants. I can't have no food. I'm eating whatever I got to eat. That's it.
To survive.
To survive.
All right. I got a problem with it, and I hope they don't have another
'Cause it
dog eating
looks
contest.
disgusting.
No, just stop eating dogs. That's my opinion on it. Now we'll move on to the next story. The next story is a woman stabbed her boyfriend over his Facebook password. And here's the image here. They have her in a white jumpsuit, and they are taking
She looks
her out.
like she looks like the woman that stabs her boyfriend over whatever.
She looks like the real version of Sideshow Bob.
She looked fed up to me. She looked fed up.
should've
She looked
stabbed
tired,
him
and she's
over
been
some
through
hair
so much
products. That's what she should have stabbed him for. Why won't you go to Sally's for me and give me something to tame my hair?
because
I'm
she's been
not
pulling
going.
it out dealing with him.
Stab.
Let her enjoy her hair and let her go to prison for stabbing her boyfriend over Facebook. Facebook is the death. It is the devil when it comes to
it is
relationships.
terrible.
Facebook or Instagram, it really does go down in the DM, and then this is how it goes down in real life. It plays out like that. It plays out like that.
And this is how you know people have a lot of issues with this. When you see joint accounts, they'll be like, "This is Tommy and Sierra's page."
You know they already had an argument.
Yeah, you know something
already
already went
happened.
down, and now they have the joint page. It's just like, look, I'm gonna just get the joint page instead of
No
get
grown
stabbed.
man should have a joint Facebook
No.
page.
No.
Like, no one should have a joint Facebook page unless you are a Siamese twin, and even then, you should have two just the exact same
All the
profile
selfies
picture.
on your side.
Like, you shouldn't have
Got a little black
joint
thing
Facebook
over your
page.
sister.
the little
Hurry up!
Yeah, like,
How long I gotta stay under this hoodie?
exactly. You're not.
What filter you using?
You shouldn't have a joint Facebook. Have you ever gotten in a fight over a Facebook password?
No, but here I know how that fight happened. This is the thing. When I hear these stories, I always wonder how. How did it escalate to that?
Lemonade.
Straight up.
Beyonce's Lemonade. It's not a
Becky with the good
coincidence
hair.
Whoa.
that this happened or shortly after. Someone should go after that album right now.
First of all, we need to go after Drake because women are not the only one trying to get in Facebooks. Okay, I have the issue, but it is in reverse. Men be tripping too. Don't just put this on us.
Yeah, but Drake
I got
is single
choked.
and his music represents being a single bachelor with a lot of women. Beyonce's music represents being in a committed
instigated
relationship and
this.
being cheated on.
Exactly.
Nah.
It
Becky
instigated
with
this.
the good hair.
Hello.
You are dismissed.
Exactly.
Watching her in the elevator while her sister fights the man. These are all stabs. They're just different forms of a stab.
Thank
Yes,
you,
but it's a
Nate.
build up to stabs.
Stab.
She would been way upset before Lemonade came
She
out.
stabbed first.
How did it happen? How did it happen?
First of all, she had the password for 3 years. On a Tuesday, it changed.
Yep.
He didn't know she had the password in the first place.
Yep.
She was tracking a conversation between him and some white woman. She went in there and saw the conversation one time and went back the next day. He was like, yeah, I'm going to see you on Wednesday and we're going to hang out. And then she went back on Thursday to see, well, what happened when they hung out?
Yep.
And the password was changed.
Yes, that's exactly how it goes.
And she's like, listen, I need the password to your Facebook.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Nah, man,
like,
it's
what?
my Facebook.
Oh.
I said, I need the password to your Facebook. Baby, I'm not giving you my stab. Stab.
Damn.
She stabbed him in the chest too, trying to
She
get to that
stabbed him.
heart. And then the mom, because of course the mom said that, well, it was self-defense because he's been abusive to her before. So, but your mom is supposed to have your
That's
back
what
like
your
that.
mom's supposed
You know
to
what I'm
say.
saying? But yeah. So I don't know. I think it's absolutely hilarious. But I don't know. He died too, so it's not like she just stabbed him.
died?
He's
Okay, so
dead.
it's not absolutely hilarious, but it is still kind of.
He died?
Yes, she
died.
stabbed him in the heart. He's dead.
He's dead.
Over Facebook.
Over
a Facebook
Facebook.
password. So whatever. Look, and the worst part is she's still trying to get that Facebook
Yes.
password.
Oh,
She's
yes.
not. Oh, like it
Still
hasn't
ain't
just.
got it.
It's not like she's grieving the loss yet.
No.
She understands she went too far, and we've all been in an argument where we went
Yes.
just too far trying to prove
What
a
was
point.
in his Facebook that he didn't give it up?
Look, don't act
I
like
don't
you
have
know.
nothing in my Facebook
Don't act
worth
like you
dying
know.
over.
Yes, you do.
Well,
No,
he
I
didn't think he was
don't.
gonna
Are you
die.
in a relationship? Are you in a relationship?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Are
like,
you in a relationship?
Think about how many
If
people
the
have
answer
given
is
up.
no, that's why you saying no.
Yeah, but think about how many people have given up like
He's avoiding it just in case somebody's
information.
listening.
No.
People have given up information being tortured
Yeah.
for other lesser methods of torture.
Being tortured.
He's
They
like,
weren't
I
true
can't give
believers.
up my password.
But it happened so fast. You know what I'm saying? After that, then it goes into everything else that happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? So then she just flips out and
Right, I
stabs
know
him.
you got messages
Yeah.
from that.
She could have stabbed him in the leg, but like she was hurt, so she stabbed him in the heart.
She should have stabbed him in the leg, and I stabbed
Yes.
the other one.
But
You know,
she
give-
wasn't thinking rationally. Look at her face and hair. Like she's not. She doesn't come off as a rational person. They have her in a straitjacket. Like
I
that's
think
not.
we missed an opportunity for a good Marine.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's a good point. That is an excellent point.
Boom.
That's an excellent point.
Well, that's unfortunate.
All right, so we'll move on to the next story. This one, Donald Trump was the victim, I guess you could say, or the attempted victim of an attempted assassination. A teenage.
A plot. It's not just an
plot?
attempted
A
assassination. It is
plot.
a plot. The plot thickened. This was a year in the works. This kid has been working and thinking about it and how to do
He's
it.
17-year-old kid?
Yes.
Since he was 16, he's been working on this.
Yeah, he went to the gun range the day before.
Sounds like not a lot, but that's 1/16 of his entire life. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot when you're 16.
That's a
year,
lot.
That is a lot.
They said he went to the gun range the day before to learn how to shoot. He drove from California to Vegas, but he didn't even come with his own gun. He tried to take a police officer's gun and shoot him with that gun. So I don't know if I really believe in all this.
He's been watching too many movies.
Can I say something? You know why I believe it?
Why?
Because he was white. Now, here's the thing. I'm so glad, because when I watch the news, I have to sit there and be like, please don't be black. Please don't be black. Please don't be brown. Please, oh, you were brown.
Yeah.
Oh, you were black. This time, I was like, yes. Yes. Like, I don't know if I've been happier ever than finding out that he was a white British man, you know what I'm saying? Coming off just with the accent and everything, because had he been brown, I would have lost it. Coming off everything that's been coming off.
I wouldn't have been surprised. If it was a brown person that tried to kill him, I wouldn't be surprised at. You know how many of us want to kill him? Or should I not say that? Like, if I could slap Trump, I would.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You're going to have to get some special soap to get all that iodine off your hand after you slap him.
He's a presidential candidate, okay? And because of that, he's protected under federal law. So there are federal. It's like you can't threaten the president. It's different. If I tell Nate, I'm going to kill you, it's very different than if I say something like that to President Obama. So he's being protected. And what the gentleman didn't know is he was being protected that day. He not only has Secret Service, but he has like this mercenary force that follows him. Donald Trump is still Donald Trump.
Yes.
He has a force of people who follow him. He wasn't going to get his own security.
Undercovers, everything.
The Trumpinators.
So he wasn't going to get to Trump. But
Trumpinators.
it was a real attempt. This is a real attempt, and it shows you what's going on in the nature of politics in this country right now.
The kid got close.
Yeah.
He got close because he was white. They would have never let little Juanito that close.
Ray wouldn't have got up there.
Ray can't even make it past down to the stand. They punching him in the head.
Yeah, they're like, no, he's feeling the burn. We can't let him close.
They don't let them.
This is the second time. I watched another video where he jumped over a fence and sprinted up to the.
Yeah, and jumped over.
I was like, Trump security is okay at best.
Yeah, or the dude that jumped on the stage. Oh, that's 3. Then he was shook. Trump was shook. He was like, ah.
And we live in a time where we're over presidential assassinations.
Yes.
But this was actually a common occurrence in the past, historical past of the United States. I mean, even as recent as Ronald Reagan, he was shot in 81.
In the leg or something, wasn't it?
Hinckley, I think his name was. And then he's still in a psych ward somewhere. They locked him up for life off of this.
How much time is this little boy going to get?
I think he's going to get...
I hope they try
I mean, it's up to 10 years. Legally, he has up to 10 years.
Oh, only 10 years? Let me...
Look at you.
There was no actual...
She about to go too.
No.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
There was no actual attempt made. There was no actual gun used. There was no... This was just 10 years for thinking about doing something like this. And
so
putting
he's probably
going to
get 20. Action. Divided by 5 because he's white, and he'll be out in 4 years.
I think he will get less than 3 years.
I heard.
He'll get a year and 2 years probation.
Jared has been let out of jail due to overcrowding.
I have not heard that.
Yeah, I just saw that was a story as well. I'm not trying to segue into that. But
I mean, I need to get that because if Jared was let out,
crazy.
Because he got like 8 years plus.
Yeah,
when he should have got 100.
He 1,000. He should have been forced to wade into the waters of Disney World.
That's what we need to just start doing. You know what? You're going swimming today.
That's it.
Learn those Negro spirituals and send them out swimming.
Get them out there. That's what they do on 007. You cross the bad guy, you getting fed to the gators.
Is it bad that the only reason I know that spiritual is because of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yes, that is terrible, actually.
That's actually not good.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, I learned a lot from Fresh Prince.
What else did you learn?
I learned that, I don't need you, man. The only thing that ever makes me cry.
Song?
I still cry off that.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
Of course. Not by heart fully, but enough.
In West Philadelphia,
born and raised on the playground. Spent most of my days,
chilling out, relaxing all, pulling those shoots.
He already ran out. He ran out. I was like, how many words is he? He was 11 words in.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Okay.
Couple of guys, they were what?
Like, he's like,
Up to no good.
Okay,
started making trouble in my neighborhood. Got in one little fight. My mom got scared. And then sent me something, blah, blah, Bel-Air, blah. So the concept is...
That's funny.
Back to this kid and his assassination attempt, okay? His assassination attempt on Trump. Let's discuss why this is even occurring, that Trump is basically a hate monger who's using populism as a form for his political platform. That's really where the bigger story lies.
Oh, yes.
Because at the time, if people wanted to kill Barack Obama, it was because he was black, but not because of what he was doing.
Well, I don't know that.
We do
I
know
don't
that.
know if somebody had a great letter for why they think he should die, and it was based on policies. I don't know that. I know, in general, him being the first black president, that's what
You
it's
can
about.
just and that's
You
the
guys
thing.
just said the
I
same
want to
thing.
change that real quick because he wasn't the first black
He's a-
president. He was the first mixed president
I be telling people that all the time.
because
Who was the first black president?
of the United States.
It was this
Bill
dude.
Clinton.
No.
No, it's a black dude before George Washington.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you don't know.
That's true in the early colonies. But you guys can say he's not the black president, and I understand where you're coming from, especially
'Cause we're
as you're mixed and you're mixed. So, but to me, he's black, and the reason
President
being,
Obama.
let me tell you why.
You
If-
get Michelle. You don't get Obama.
no. If the
President
Klan ran in,
Well, we all gone.
is he mixed or is he
Listen,
black?
if the Klan ran in, my Persian dad is done. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like,
I'm saying if they're there and the agenda is killing people based on blackness, do you think Obama can make an argument for? I'm only half. Sasha Malia, relax.
No, but they have the one
They're
drop
only
rule.
75%.
What you don't
Michelle,
understand-
It's been nice.
they have to.
They hate us more than they hate you. That's what you have to understand because we're intertwined.
No, they hate me more than they hate you.
No, they
'cause
let you live.
It
They
take
killed
one
me.
of me to make one of you.
No. They hate. I feel. I agree with you. They hate darker black people. I mean, darker black people a lot less than lighter skinned black people because we were way more useless. We were in the house. Like you, at least, were working in the field. That's how they think. And how do I know that? Because I just read a KKK manifesto where they justified this biblically.
Yeah, well, I read the Willie Lynch letter where he rode around the South and taught seminars on how to keep your plantation all even killed, and they were
Exactly.
making different shades of slaves so that they could have a system in which we kept ourselves imprisoned and enslaved. Now,
And that's what we're doing in the world.
I'm telling
as
you,
Yeah, we are.
My question wasn't, are they gonna not take? My question is, are they gonna take me and Obama, or are they just gonna take me because I'm blacker?
No, but that still doesn't change their ignorance. Don't mistake their
Yeah.
ignorance for action. Like just because they don't understand that doesn't mean that we shouldn't understand that. That's where that comes into play.
Right.
And
Well, I'm
that's
trying
where
to get you to understand, whether it's from a vantage point of ignorance or from a point of intelligence, is that Barack Obama's black.
See, we need to get our credit. It's us, Obama, Mariah Carey, Prince. Like, just let us have our people, okay?
What makes
Okay?
what makes
Okay.
what
A
makes
white mom?
Bill Clinton black and not Obama?
President Bill Clinton.
Yes.
Okay, let's go through the list.
Infidelity?
No.
Okay, well what? Tell me what characteristics you would say.
Saxophone. Nobody else plays the saxophone because the lung capacity needs to be there. Like that's just real.
Barack, speaking of lung capacity, Barack Obama been singing with all kinds of different bands and can play the drums.
What about his
He
great
has rhythm.
denial?
He has rhythm.
They both smoked weed.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, Barack didn't allegedly smoke
Them
weed.
lips, he
Barack
got
was like,
weed
I used
lips.
to be high. He smoked Newport for the first 2-3 years of
Yes.
his term.
He still
might
smokes
still
Newport.
do.
Yeah, he's still just on the
Just out back.
On the slide.
You know how many little black marks is on the side of the White House where he puts I wish I could have a full square today, but
No, I'm done with you too.
Barack's black,
Okay.
guys.
Okay. All right.
You got Michelle. We got Barack.
I have to go with my beige sister.
What's it take to make a mixed person? A white person or another race and what?
Black.
So they got black in them.
Well, no, you can be mixed if you're Latino and white. You're mixed.
Yeah.
You're equally. I'm as equal.
Is
much
a
a part of my
Latino
mother as
and
I am my
white
father.
person still Latino?
I would say they're mixed.
But are they Latino?
Yes.
The KKK would think so.
Okay, so is an Asian and white person Asian?
I think they're mixed. I
They're
also
mixed.
think they're mixed.
You just said yes, and now you're saying they're mixed.
Well, because you can still be considered Latino. If you want to go, I'm Latino, then you're Latino because can't
Yeah,
nobody
so
tell you.
can an
So if I
Asian-
want to go, I'm mixed or I'm black, I'm both.
An
Whatever you
Asian
want me
and
to.
white person is Asian
Hold on. So
American.
I can pick. I can pick my gender. I can pick my gender. I can pick which bathroom I want to go to, but I don't get to pick actual genetic, racial.
You get to pick.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Barack has chosen. He's black.
I don't know.
All right.
He hoops behind the White House.
Okay, that's
All
true. I have played in that game. It is fantastic. He is actually very good.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next story. Speaking of hooping behind the White House, let's talk about hooping not at the White House. The Cavaliers beat Golden State in Game 7 to clinch the NBA championship.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
And
That's a
now
real
the
thing.
conversation is everywhere regarding LeBron James' validity as the greatest player to ever touch a basketball court.
That's not true. That's not even. That shouldn't even be a conversation.
That
shouldn't be a
conversation is
conversation.
happening. They
It's-
have put him in the top 5 now.
Sure.
and they are having the conversation of greatest players to
You
ever
can have
play.
a conversation about anything.
Yeah,
The
you
truth of the
definitely
matter
can.
is
But
Michael Jordan will always be the best basketball player because of the legacy. Because of the
Yes.
legacy. It just happens to be
Well, LeBron
that
has
time.
7 years to a decade left in his career.
Sure, and he can win every. Listen,
He still
can
won't be
win,
Jordan.
and he still won't be Jordan. Every time Jordan touched the finals, he won a championship.
No, that's not true.
When he went to the finals,
Oh, well, you talking about finals or playoffs?
playoffs, I get it. He lost to the Pistons.
Yeah, but he said finals.
I've watched
When
him
he
have boys 30
he
for
lost in
30
the
as
first
well.
round of the playoffs for the first 3 years.
Sure.
He went to the playoffs.
Of course.
Yeah, well, he was developing.
But
He
when
wasn't
he
Jordan
went to
yet.
the finals,
Developing
Oh.
versus LeBron, who we've been watching since he was 8 years old.
but when he did go to the finals, he won. Plus, Michael Jordan made basketball on a global level. He is the Tupac of basketball.
I would like to say Shaq made
A
basketball on a
legacy.
global level.
No. Jordan is the most.
Shaq attack!
Shaq Fu was the game.
Shaq attack!
Shazam.
Shazam?
The Jordan logo is recognized more than any other logo in the entire world.
Yeah.
That is a true story.
It's not more than Nike.
That is a true
Yes,
story.
actually.
I didn't make that up. That is the brand saying that.
McDonald's is
McDonald's.
a more recognizable brand than Jumpman.
No, it's not.
You know what? They have Jumpmans in Iran. They don't have McDonald's.
No.
That is real.
Really?
And I don't know. Do they have McDonald's in Indonesia? But they are making Jumpmans down there. 8 years old, put them together. So
You got a billion kids in those.
So they know.
They know the logo. I didn't say, but it's real. Like
It's
that's
real.
funny.
I just wanna
But that's
know.
so
Y'all talking
true.
about where they make the Jumpmans.
I'm
That's a
just
million-
saying, it lets
that's
you know.
a billion people. There
Yeah.
are billions of like in China. There's a billion little kids that know what Jumpman is for sure.
I tell you what, though, just to bring it back to the topic, I was very impressed with the Cavaliers' ability to be the first team in the history of NBA to come back from a 3-1
3-1.
deficit.
Okay.
I literally had a bet waged at the Comedy Store with a comic that was like, there's no way, and it's absolutely impossible that they could come back. I was like, I don't know, man. They blew them out in the game. They have a chance to fix their recipe and come back. Like, nah, not 3 times. bro.
Aisha Curry
I was going to say,
said-
I'm going with Aisha. Go ahead.
Aisha Curry said she tweeted actually. She felt the NBA was rigged.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I have to be completely honest,
Yeah.
well, after watching 7 games in that series, I also believe the NBA is rigged. Now, do I think Game 7 was rigged? No. Well, how do I know? Because there was a 4-point spread. But when games were shifting 30 points each way, I have to make a judgment call and go, as a person who played basketball on a collegiate level, I can never say that another man can beat me by 30 points, and then I come back and beat them by 30 points, and we're still equally good. That's just not even a thing.
I think the thing with
Not
Aisha,
realistic.
too, you know your man. She knows her husband. She
Yeah.
knows when he's not doing what he does.
supposed to do.
And so and she probably shouldn't have tweeted it, though. I was like, she going to be dead by Tuesday. But
Right.
I was like, woo, she's really bold for that. But you know your man. And then he didn't even look disappointed. Like when you kind of know something's coming, you could just see it in their face. And I was just going, yeah, I
Game
feel like
7,
this is...
came out looking like that's some bullshit.
Yes.
Like he came out, and I'm not saying that but I do know this, that no matter what sport, no matter what it is, the number one thing we have to remember is that it's entertainment. So is anything different between the NBA and the WWE? No, not
No.
really. It is an entertainment. And Game 7 was the highest rated, most bet on game in the
Yes.
NBA.
And you go with the underdog because that's what it's about, money. And that money, you always at that I was like, I didn't want them to win, but I knew they were going to win. After Game 5, I knew that the Cavs were going to win.
I also agree because after they came back to the 2 and how it was playing out, and when you saw the Golden State going to the line 6 times and then Cleveland going to the line 20 times,
And we missed the last 20 shots. I was like, oh, okay, guys, come on.
To me, none of that. First off, I don't know if I can agree with it being rigged, but I will say the one thing that I thought was like, wow, that really affected this game was when Draymond Green got suspended for an entire game.
Yes.
for a game.
And the game before he got suspended, he was literally regulating LeBron to human numbers.
Yes.
And the game he was out, LeBron had astronomical numbers. And the game he was back, he was the leading scorer in Game 7.
Here's the thing also. I have a question for you, because I feel like you have less than good friends sometimes, okay? I have to say that. Do you know a person that would kill someone for $20,000? Do you feel like you could get in contact with a person like that?
Yeah, I know somebody who killed someone over a Facebook password.
Exactly.
What you mean?
What I'm saying
met her right there
so
with the
what
crazy
would
hair.
you do for $1 billion? Because that's the difference of going to Game 7 and having Cleveland win. It was $1 billion swing. They made $1 billion extra off of that. That is a huge
The
difference.
NBA did.
Yeah, the NBA.
Let me tell you something. Big Wangs in North Hollywood made $150,000.
Yes, they did.
They didn't even let me in.
That's real.
We are at capacity. Can I order some chicken out here? We don't have no more
Yes,
chicken.
everything is
Nothing.
gone.
That's real. Think about it. Like
Every
that
bar,
Game 7
the-
is the highest rated game since
Yes.
1998, and one of the top 3 highest rated games of all time in NBA history. That is a big deal. That is not a little thing. Is there rigging possible because of that? Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
That is a possibility. We can't just close our and be like, no way would they do it. Yes way they would do it. People have done way more for far less.
Come on now. Everything going on is about money. Like,
You know, and right now, and the biggest thing that I have to, first of all, congratulations, LeBron.
Yes.
LeBron, you're a hell of a contender. Anyone
Yes.
who's putting down LeBron, making fun of his hairline or anything like that,
It's trash.
they're you know what? But that's how they put down black men sometimes, is because LeBron. Let's go on over his other stats. Let's not forget his rings and his MVPs and his Finals MVPs. Let's remember that he's been married to his high school sweetheart.
And that's dope.
and he
Okay.
sent, you know how many kids he sent to college? Oh my gosh.
A lot.
And he just donated $87 million to inter-school programs.
And that's dope.
The
Yeah.
decision, he donated $45 million to school programs in Cleveland off the decision. We forget all those things. We're just waiting to criticize and critique. Well, congratulations to you, LeBron. And Steph Curry is amazing as
Yes.
well. I mean, they were great teams. We need to care more about if this election is being rigged than if this game is
Yeah,
being rigged.
we definitely do.
That's real.
I think one of the best things that came out of this, though, is everybody remembers the Jordan crying meme, and it was being used everywhere to the point where, was it CNN or one of the stations had tweeted, famous crying meme spotted at a game. Instead of calling him Jordan, they
Right.
called him a face. So that's how big, and petty the internet is these days. But now that meme has been replaced with the LeBron cry.
That You see
Yes.
the championship hold, and they took that face and they have used it everywhere because the internet is cruel.
Yes.
The internet is so
What
cruel.
was Jordan crying for in that picture?
It was his retirement. It was something to do with retirement
His
and being out of the game.
retirement.
And they have took that moment and they put it on everything. I seen a meme that had his face on the earth, and they were like, "You guys are so petty. If an asteroid was getting ready to hit the earth, you guys would just put the Jordan meme on it." Like
It's so bad.
it is used for everything. And now LeBron, he wants to be, the best. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. He is getting there.
Yeah.
This is putting him in that legacy status.
Yeah.
He definitely is ugly.
He will never be one of the best simply because that's the way legacies work.
Yeah.
You die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain, and he's just lived in a different time too long. So that's how it worked. Jordan.
Oh no, I think we're watching a legend. I think if we
He's amazing. He's the best player on the
think we're
planet
watching
today.
a legend.
Right now.
But the legacy will never compare. It's the same way that you will never have another Prince or another Michael Jackson, no matter what happens, because the past always looks brighter, the future always looks more bleak, and today looks like it sucks. That's just how we live our lives all the time. We look back on Woodstock like, oh, that was such a fantastic time. Or people want to live during the time of Game of Thrones. They didn't even have running water. But people wonder like, oh, that must have been so
I
great.
disagree, man. I'm very optimistic about the future, and I feel like Woodstock was cracking because people knew it was about to be lit out there. That's how they sold all those tickets. Like, next week, Woodstock, bro, it's gonna be crazy.
Nah,
No, because they tried to
definitely not.
recreate it and it wasn't terrible.
Definitely not. It's
That's
definitely
because they try to recreate. That's where the past was. That's what I think is we reflect on our past a certain kind of way. You ever been back to a classroom or something that you were in as like a first grader, and you're like, I cannot believe it was this small, and
Yeah.
that the chairs were this little.
This playground used to be the best, and now it's just,
Yeah.
this is a death trap.
Have you ever
Why
seen your
was I
first?
here?
Have you
Your
ever seen your first boyfriend?
That's what your first. Go back and look at the chick you lost
Yeah.
your virginity to. You be like, wow, I gotta. whew.
No, the girl, she's still bad.
Is she?
She's
Because
so
I lost
bad.
my virginity to a dude in a game called Players Only Live Once, and they
Oh
all
my
had a polo
gosh.
tattoos.
Okay. Okay.
I'm past that.
Oh, those times.
But I'm just saying, we reflect on our past differently. Now, listen, time-wise, we got to wrap this thing up. So, Teron, I want you to tell the people where they can find you and what you have coming up.
Listen, at I am Tehran, when I'm coming up, it doesn't even matter. Pay attention. My name's Tehran. See, that's my, look.
Yes.
Is that
that's
my,
it.
can I do that?
It sounds like a little bomb.
See, now you know.
That's the last thing you heard. We heard a snapping sound, and then the whole building was gone.
Oh my God, you're gonna have Homeland Security at my house, bruh.
You already said October 13th.
Hi, my name's Homeland Security.
Kanisha, where you at? Where can they find you?
You can find me at Kanisha is Comedy at everything, KANISHA, and just be on the lookout. If you go there, you'll see everything posted.
Awesome. And I am at Mr. Nate Jackson on all social media networks, and you can check me out at my website, natejacksoncomedy.com, and please tune in August 4th, MTV Wildin' Out Season 8. Love y'all.
We'll be back with headliners. Are we headliners? Is that how it's going? Because you can catch me at the Laugh Factory Monday and Thursday.
Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah. At the Laugh Factory, because we all headliners. That's what it is.
If you have to ask if you're a headliner, I don't know.
Can we have like a catchphrase? Can we have a catchphrase?
What's gonna be our catchphrase?
Yeah. You rolling with Double H in the building. Headlines with headliners. Too aggressive?
Hey.
You don't like the Double H?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like players only
To me,
polos or whatever.
Sounds like Ray. Let's just call it what it is. It's headlines with headliners with Kanisha Butts, Teron Von Gostry, and Nate Jackson.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.